History of Shukhov Tower. Bukhara, one of the oldest cities of the world, exists since 2700 years. Local governors have already issued coins in the 2nd century before Jesus Christ. These were the challenges of the Heptalid kings and Turkish Khagans. After joining the Arabic Caliphate, Bukhara became one of the main centers in the Muslim world. During the 10th and 11th centuries, as the capital of Samanid, Bukhara gave birth to the most important celebrities such as Avicen, Hudaki, Ferdoz, Imam al-Bukhari, and other thinkers of the East. The Great Silk Road connecting China, India, Iran and Europe crossed by Bukhara, who was an essential leg for trading. At the pre-Islamic time, the lower course of the Zarafshan River was the northwestern chain of Sogdian culture. The agricultural oasis located at there was Bukhara, in the Sogdian language meaning happy place. The historian of the 10th century, Narshadi, noted that it was a rich and populated city with lively bazaars, beautiful buildings and many houses with fountains. The water supplies of old Bukhara is a large irrigation system. The base of this network was the main channel crossing the heart of the city called Shukhov. At that time, 10 channels and 114 basins feed the city and houses that receive a vital freshness of that river. As the upper area of the city, Sharistan did not have the means to receive Shukhov water. Architects created ponds and underground channels where feet and new houses were built 10 meters under the pond's level. All the basins were connected by those underground channels to the main source of drinking water of the city, Shukhov. The water supply around the city was controlled by mihrabs. 1920, Bolshevik bombed the old town for several days and the water supply of Bukhara was completely destroyed like the city itself. For this reason, almost all the basins of the city ceased to exist. The city was seriously affected by the lack of drinking water and the population from another, the real scourge, a skin disease called Richter. The Richter parasite, or Dracunculus medinensis, is as old as the Egyptian mummies in which scientists sometimes found it. The parasite multiplies and matures in the human body for about 1 year. The citizens of Bukhara used to work in the channels and ponds to collect water. But when water is warm and stagnant, parasite comes to the head and leaves the human body through wounds for dispersal in water that becomes contaminated. Each community of Bukhara were suffering from this serious disease: Uzbek, Tajik, Tatars, Jews, and so on. Population who used groundwater did not know that the origin of this disease came from the water. Also, propaganda did not help to save people. At that time, a Meccan of Bukhara, Mirza Abdulvarid Bukhov, poet under the pseudonym Musim, sold all his properties and spent all his money to provide pure drinking water in Bukhara. In September 1920, after the overthrowing of the emir, the Soviet Republic of Bukhara was proclaimed. Abdulvarid Bukhov was appointed as Minister of Education and Health of the young republic. In 1922, as Soviet ambassador in Germany, he brought from Bukhara a group of 45 children from 8 to 12 years old to study in Germany, at that time one of the most advanced countries in Europe. But overall, Bukhara needed two steel pipes dedicated to the water line produced in Germany. In 1927, under Abdulvarid Bukhanov management, the engineer Shukhov built water tower near Ark Citadel, and the city was supplied with steel pipes. Design of the tower is quite simple. A support ring is installed on the round foundation on which metal tabs are attached directly from the ground without any lashing. Through the intersection nodes, deckings are applied and scaffolding to erect new part to the upper level. When levels are ready, the assembly plant is gradually transformed to the higher nodes to the frame. High stability, lightness, effective wind resistance, and finally, its architectural perfection of the design led to large-scale construction of the tower. The construction of this water station was completed in 1929 and, from the beginning of 1930, the first water supply system of the city began operating to provide inhabitants productively water till 1975. Then, fire destroyed partly wooden panels of the water tank that deformed. After that event, the tower stopped to be operational and was recognized as a monument of cultural heritage. Bukhara is considered as the greatest tourist potential by its number of historical monuments. Several decades before the fall of the Soviet Union and after the independence of Uzbekistan, many historical monuments were in poor condition. On June 19, 2017, President Shavkat Mirziyoyev adopted a decree for the preservation of the cultural heritage monument by attracting investors, allowing to create new jobs and a rational use of the hundreds of historical monuments in all the Uzbekistan. Authentic Travel Agency used this opportunity with French investor Mr. and Mrs. Utodijk to free together up more than 200,000 euros in this project. Initially, 180 cubic meters of rubble were removed from the foundation work. Then, after cleaning, a further strengthening was performed. The cradle of the dome raised 1.50 m and shows a national character. A panoramic lift, an observation deck on the top of the tower, and a step below, a panoramic restaurant were built. At the bottom of the tower, a cafeteria, a French restaurant, a museum and a tourist information center are open to guests. We hope that visitors of the tower will appreciate our work. Again, we want to tell all of you welcome.